Welcome to the Harrington estate. Wipe your feet, please. The rugs here cost more than your education. Christmas at the Harringtons was not a holiday. It was a military operation in status maintenance. Every year, Eleanor, the family matriarch, sent out a dress code. This year, it was champagne and gold. The tree was decorated by a designer. The smiles were rehearsed. Gathered at the table were the eldest son, a successful banker with dead eyes, the middle daughter, a gallery owner who hated art, and their perfect spouses. They all played the game called Everything is Wonderful. They discussed stocks, real estate, and the weather in Nice. Any topic regarding feelings was strictly forbidden, much like red wine on the white sofa. But this year, a chaos factor intervened in their perfectly directed play. The youngest niece, Mia. Mia was the black sheep, 22 years old, an art student, wearing jeans with holes and possessing zero ambition to take over the world. She was invited only out of politeness, in the hope that she would get sick and cancel. But she came. She sat at the table, silently poking an oyster with her fork, and observed. She saw how her uncle's hands trembled when he poured water. He was hiding alcohol issues. She saw how her aunt checked her phone every 2 minutes. She was waiting for a message from a lover. She saw the cracks in this flawless porcelain that they so diligently plastered over with gold. It was time for the gift exchange. This was the most hypocritical moment of the evening. People gave not what was needed, but what was prestigious. Cufflinks, silk scarves, gift certificates to spas where you get beaten with bamboo sticks for $1,000. Oh, wonderful, Eleanor would say, receiving yet another vase. It will fit perfectly in the hall. It was Mia's turn. Everyone tense up. Last year, she had made donations to a fund for protecting muskrats in their names. Mia stood up. In her hands was a small, crookedly wrapped box. "This is for everyone," she said. "One gift for the family." Eleanor pursed her lips, but gestured for it to be opened. Inside lay neither a bomb nor a dead rat. Inside lay an old, tattered photo album and a VHS tape. "What is this?" Eleanor asked coldly. "I found it in the attic when I was looking for old toys," Mia said. "Aunt Eleanor, you ordered this thrown away 10 years ago when you were renovating, but I kept it." Eleanor wanted to slam the album shut, but Uncle Robert, the banker, suddenly reached for the videotape. "We still have an old player in the study," he said, unexpectedly firm. "Robert, don't be silly. We are eating dessert," Eleanor began. But Robert had already stood up. He silently took the tape and walked to the TV. The family, mesmerized by this breach of protocol, followed him. The screen hissed, and an image appeared. 1995. They were in a kitchen, the small, cramped kitchen of their old house. Eleanor was without makeup, wearing a funny apron covered in flour. She was laughing, genuinely throwing her head back. Robert, still a teenager, was trying to juggle tangerines and dropping them. Their father, now late, was hugging Eleanor and kissing her flour-dusted cheek. There was chaos. There was cheap tinsel. There was a burnt turkey. But there was love. Silence hung in the room. The string quartet in the speakers now seemed like a mockery. On the screen, the perfect Eleanor, young and alive, spoke to the camera. "It doesn't matter that we have no money for gifts. The main thing is that we are together. I love you, bandits." The video ended. The screen turned blue. In the dim light of the living room, a sob was heard. It was the iron daughter, the gallery owner, crying. "I am so tired," she said suddenly, aloud. "I hate these receptions. I hate my marriage." Eleanor stood by the fireplace, her back to the family. Her shoulders were shaking. Mia walked up to her, not as an enemy, but as the only one who dared to tell the truth. You threw away these memories because they didn't match the new wallpaper, Mia said quietly. But it was the only real thing we had. Eleanor turned around. Mascara ran down her perfect face. We were poor, she whispered. I wanted to give you the best. I wanted you to know no need. You gave us things, Mom, Robert said. But you took yourself away from us. That evening, the chef's dessert remained untouched. The Harrington family did something they hadn't done in 20 years. They ordered pizza, right out of the boxes, on the oak mahogany table. They took off their ties and uncomfortable shoes. They didn't talk about stock reports. Robert revealed he wanted to quit banking and open a carpentry workshop. The aunt admitted she was afraid of getting old. Eleanor, for the first time, didn't criticize. She listened. Mia sat in the corner, sketching in her notebook. She didn't fix this family. People can't be fixed like a vase. But she peeled off the gold wrapper, finally allowing them to breathe. Sometimes the best gift you can give your loved ones is the truth, even if it comes packed in an old tattered box. Don't be afraid to be imperfect. Only mannequins in shop windows are perfect, and they, as is well known, have no hearts. Have a merry and real Christmas.